What up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Shinobi Squad Podcast. I'm fan service Renji.
Shana Mostella here.
Let's talk about some current events in the gaming and cosplay world. It's been an interesting few days, interesting week to say the least. First off, let's talk about the new console releases. A couple months ago, we had podcasts talking about the new PS5 coming out. It is finally here. The PS5 came out last week. Of course, the people that got their hands on it were super excited. You saw your Facebook and Instagram just blow up with the lucky ones that got one.
Oh, yeah.
Then you saw twice as many people that weren't as happy. The bitter, salty bunch. The levels of saltiness were across the board. I'm talking sodium poisoning. That's how salty people were. I was just so amazed at how angry they were for everyone else who got one and just the things they were angry about.
Yeah, my favorite is when people were saying, like, oh, there's no games coming out. What are we going to play the one exclusive game that's only coming out for PS5? Oh, big deal. When has a new console ever had a whole bunch of games on launch day for you to play?
Facts.
When? Since when? That's why that one's my favorite.
Yeah, most new console launches may have one or two exclusive games to that console. Then there's always those games that came out on the old gen and the new generation consoles. I believe PS5's only exclusive game that came out was Demon Souls. I'm not really sure what the exclusive game on Xbox was. I'm not really an Xbox player, so I don't know what that one was. But as I said, generally there's one exclusive game per console during the launch. People just throwing a fit. I'm not going to buy a console just to play one game.
You know good and damn well most of you out there only bought a Switch just to play Animal Crossing.
Ooh, facts.
I'm looking at y'all. Oh, and I'll take it a step further. Who bought a Game Boy just to play Pokemon?
Yep.
Remember the era of Pokemon when they kept coming out every year? Yeah.
I know people who own Nintendo 3DSs that only play either Pokemon on it or Fire Emblem games. Nothing else.
Oh, yeah.
That thing will sit around for years until the next one comes out.
Exactly.
I'm guilty of that. I bought my 3DS to play 2 Fire Emblem games. I haven't touched it since.
I'm guilty of it too because Nintendo's not really a console that you play a bunch of games on. If you're one of those people, then that's cool. But like Nintendo's probably like my one exception. I'm one of those people that will probably only hold on to a Game Boy for nostalgia reasons or a 3DS just to play Pokemon on. I think Pokemon's coming onto the Switch now. So yeah, I keep those consoles around for that kind of thing. I love me some Pokemon.
Nintendo is a perfect example of what else am I going to play on this? A lot of you guys that own Nintendos, regardless of what the console has been, it's to play first-party Nintendo games that you can't get anywhere else. So you're trying to say Nintendo had all these great, amazing Nintendo-only launch games? No, they didn't. But y'all still went and bought your system and waited for the other games to come out.
Because when it comes to PlayStation and even Xbox, you know they're going to come out with a bunch of games like later on that year. So it's worth it to keep it. But don't complain about it when they first come out. Nothing's going to be perfect on launch day. So
yeah, why do people buy it just because there's one game? Because another game's going to come out.
Yeah,
and then when that game comes out, they will already have the console.
Exactly. You see how that works?
Easy. Another great thing I was seeing, by great, I mean dumb. A lot of people were posting what else they bought instead of a new console. A lot of the posts went something like this. Well, instead of wasting $500 on a console, check out this new bedroom set I bought.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, you bought an extra bedroom set just to spite the PS5 owners? Now you got 2 bed frames.
I feel so bad. Oh my God.
That's such a weird flex.
I know. It's like you're trying to flex on PS5 consumers for what?
Right.
For what?
Check out this refrigerator I bought. So you're telling me you've lived your life this whole time without a refrigerator and you only bought one because you couldn't get a PS5?
Wow.
That just opens up so many questions. Like, what have you been doing with your food this whole time? Are you going old school and digging holes in the backyard and burying your meat? Like, I need to know these things.
Right? Yeah, people who buy game consoles, know what exactly they're getting themselves into. They know exactly what they're paying for. Those people are going to be playing this console for years, 6 to 7 years to be exact, until a new one comes out. I've had my PS4 for that long, and it's about to crap on me. So, it's the perfect time. There's a new console out. There you go. Replace it with the old one. You're making fun of those people for making the most out of their $500 when Apple comes out with something new every year. Y'all want to jump on it, like the new iPhones that come out every year. For what?
That's a great point. People want to talk shit about console owners that get them at launch, but some of those same people be getting in line for the new iPhone every year. Y'all
Yup.
dropping $1,000 or more for a new phone that doesn't come with a power plug anymore, apparently.
Yeah.
Thanks, Apple. Y'all want to get a new phone every year, even though damn well it ain't nothing but an Instagram machine. You have a $1,200 Instagram machine in your hand.
And guess what? That phone costs more than the PS5. Congratulations. Congratulations. You spent $1,000 on something you're not even going to use the full year until Apple shows up with something else and then you just throw that one away. Like, what do you do with these phones after, like, you just have this money laying around for you to just keep throwing money out the window for a new phone that you're not even going to use for that long?
Yep, but nobody wants to talk about that
Nobody.
because most people are guilty of that.
Oh, yeah.
I'd rather buy a console for $500 and play it for the next 6-7 years
Oh, yeah.
than get a phone that I'm not going to use to its full potential. And y'all know damn well that y'all don't even know half the features your phone has. All it's used for is text messages and social media.
I have an 8 Plus, and I just figured out today that you can use the Apple icon on the back of the phone. You could double tap that and use that as to like do the screen cap. I just figured that out. And that's an 8 Plus. What are we on now? Like the Apple
I don't know.
XP
12,
or- I don't even
13?
know.
I don't keep track anymore.
I don't either. But my point is there's still features of this phone that I have not even found out yet. Like these are all new things to me. So
Yeah. I bought my iPhone 11 last year. It's the very first iPhone I ever bought.
Uh-huh.
I bought it for a vlog camera. I looked at the camera specs and I liked it. It was the best camera out at the time. I was like, screw it. Let me try an iPhone for the first time. Fast forward a year later, and I still hardly use my iPhone as a camera.
Nah.
Y'all know I make videos all the time. Y'all know I vlog, I shoot all kinds of content. But yet, I paid all that money for that iPhone, and that camera does nothing but take selfies.
And I remind you all the time about it. And you just refuse to use it as a camera.
Yeah. And that's coming from someone who is a content creator.
Exactly.
So I know a bunch of y'all who aren't. That camera ain't nothing but a selfie machine.
Really. $1,000 gone to
And-
waste.
And people want to flex on console owners.
I'll never understand that.
Another thing I've been seeing is people writing whole ass essays on why they didn't buy the PS5 at launch or the new Xbox at launch and why they wait. No one asked for your 10-page book report on why you didn't want to buy it. Cool. You didn't want to buy it? You don't want to buy it. That's all we need to know. Nobody was lighting your house on fire because you didn't have a PS5. Everyone understands there was a shortage.
Oh, yeah.
Not everyone's going to get one. What makes me wonder is, are you only writing this because you're salty you didn't get one? So now you're writing an excuse on why you didn't get one? Either way, it's not necessary.
Pretty much just saying, oh, PS5 was dumb anyways. You're going to get one when the game you want comes out eventually. So whatever. What I love about these essays the most is when people are saying like how long they waited to get a PS3 or a PS4. And those same people still never got one really to this day and still talking shit. I'm going to wait until PS5 drops in price or whatever. You never had the PS3, never had the PS4, never even had a Switch, never had a Game Boy ever in your life, ever. So what are you talking shit about?
Yeah, it's funny because that's true. Some of these people still don't even have a PS4. Well, yeah, you've been waiting this long for a PS4. Of course you're going to wait for a PS5.
I even saw somebody online talking about, is it even worth it getting a PS4 anymore now that the PS5 is out? If you never bought one, then the answer is no. The answer is no. If those same people are talking about how there's no there's no games for the PS5 yet that they want to play, what do you think you're going to do once you buy a PS5? If you're asking those questions, then no, you do not need a console. buy a PS4 because there's already games out for it. Don't even worry about the PS5.
If you're already one console behind, enjoy that old console. You're not missing out on anything because you haven't even seen everything that's come before that console.
That's why I said just forget it. If you talking that, just don't even worry about it.
Yeah.
Just don't even.
And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, that's
Yeah.
what I don't get. There's nothing wrong with not having the latest and the greatest, but I just feel that so many of our peers just feel the need to be like, well, I don't have one because of this and this.
It doesn't
You
matter.
You don't need to explain it. Yeah. It's like, I've owned every console for I don't even know how long, but there's been certain consoles that I didn't play as much. You know for a fact that my PS3 sat around for a long time.
Oh yeah.
I played a couple games here and there. I missed out on a lot of great PS3 games. I ended up playing them on PS4. They were either remade or remastered. For example, like Uncharted, like the Nathan Drake collection. I never played one Uncharted game while it was on PS3. The first time I played it was the Nathan Drake Uncharted collection on PS4. I still enjoyed those games, even though they're quote unquote PS3 games. Hell, right now, I'm playing Final Fantasy 12. That's a PS2 game.
Yeah.
I never played it on PS2. I missed it when it came around. I'm playing it now because it's a remake on the PS4.
Yeah.
Sorry, a remaster. Great games are going to be great games regardless. A lot of games will stand the test of time.
Oh,
Yeah, the graphics may not be as good, but that never replaces great storytelling or great gameplay.
What games are worth getting for this new console? Well, you can play the games that you never played before, like you just said. Go back and play some beautiful ass games that aren't for the PS5.
They may not be like backwards compatible in the sense of you can stick in the disc, but PlayStation remasters games, Xbox remasters games, or they have their streaming service where it's pretty much like a Netflix of playing old games.
Yeah.
You can play the streamed version of an old game. And last but not least, what about the kids? I've seen so many like screen caps of like tweets and posts of people saying, what about the kids? Or, oh, y'all grown ass 30-year-olds really just gonna buy up all the PS5s, huh? And not leave any for my son? What about the kids? And the first response in all these captions are, man, F them kids.
I always have this running joke when I worked at the hotel and people would ask me, like, where's your kids at? I'm like, trust me, I don't need kids because me and my kids going to be beefing over who playing the PlayStation next.
Exactly. What about the kids?
Yep.
Well, first off, kids don't need a brand new console. Kids don't need a PS5. It's more like, what about your privilege to get mad that your kid can't have a brand new PS5?
Right.
You ain't Arnold Schwarzenegger and Jingle All the Way. You don't need that Turbo Man doll. And in this case, that Turbo Man doll is a PS5. I need a Turbo Man doll. No, you don't.
Oh my God.
If your kid's already asking for a PS5 for the holidays, you need to whip his ass and teach him about appreciating the crappy toys he already has. It's a pandemic, first off.
Let me just let you know right now, your kid ain't getting no PS5.
Your kid ain't getting no PS5 unless you're willing to fight a grown-ass man over one.
Exactly.
Or pay scalper prices.
Times have changed. Video games ain't just for kids no more.
Yeah, because the video game generation, like the Pac-Man generation, if you want to go way back to the arcade days, those people are in their 40s now. They grew up with video games.
Oh, yeah.
The people that played the very first Nintendo, the NES, the Nintendo Entertainment System, they in their upper 30s now. So, of course, they on this. What about the kids? What about you for being a bad parent? You should have pre-ordered one. I guess you don't love your kids that much, huh?
Yeah, the whole pre-order thing just irks me to my core. It's like they have that there for a reason. And it's because of your kids that we have to go through that in the first place. Because these things are in high demand. Especially new anything, you have to pre-order that stuff. It's not like in the old days, like when Game Boy came out, like nobody in those times were in a rush to go get a Game Boy for their kids. Because those things were expensive. But now that things have been more in demand every year, or every generation, there's always something that's going to come out that everybody wants these days. So the pre-order is there for that reason, so that everybody can get a chance to get their hands on it.
And it's so stores can try to get the right amount.
Yeah, true.
Some stores, if they know they're selling pre-orders, they're going to push to get more in stock.
Yeah, because of the high demand that your kids are putting on these companies.
Yeah, and some of these moms forget. Remember the days before the pre-order? Think back to the Tickle Me Elmo days.
Oh, hell no.
Would you rather be fighting another mom in line at JCPenney's? They forget how you used to get these hot toys, these hot items every year. You would have to be outside, once again, like the Jingle All the Way movie, fighting Sinbad over a lottery ticket to get the prize number.
They was getting knocked out. It was Royal Rumble in the malls. People were getting black eyes,
TLC match, table, ladders, and chairs over Tickle Me Elmos. People
Hell
forget
in a
about
Cell.
that. People forget about that shit.
Exactly.
Pre-orders have stopped that. So yes, on behalf of the gamers that took time to pre-order and luck out and get one, we're sorry that your spoiled ass kid can't have a PS5 because you're a bad parent.
And because the rest of us can follow directions.
My friends got one easy. And everyone else that wanted to pre-order one that had the money all got one.
Yeah.
But it really wasn't that hard.
Yeah.
So just to wrap it all up on the new consoles, just let people enjoy their shit.
Exactly.
Just like we said a few episodes ago, we're in a pandemic. If people want to be excited they got a console just to play one game, there's not much left for us to be excited about and to look forward to thanks to the pandemic.
Exactly.
If this is what brings them joy, this is what they've been saving all their I used to go out money for, let them have it.
Exactly. Like, what else are you doing right now? You know?
Exactly. Some people spend their money on iPhones to do nothing with them. Others like to buy consoles once every 6 years at launch when they come out.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing.
But at the same time, we got friends out here that be dropping $150 to $200 on the figure every month. After 2 months, you've pretty much bought a PS5, so
Exactly.
ain't no one judging them. So stop judging these new console people.
Mm-hmm.
Because you know deep down, you be like, hey, can I come over?
Exactly.
Let me check that shit out.
Can't do that in the pandemic, though.
Mm-mm. All right, moving on from new consoles, let's move to new characters or new character skins. Riot Games has released a new character or a new skin for their League of Legends game. The new character is named Seraphine. Apparently, a woman named Stephanie, there's this girl named Stephanie that wrote on her blog on Medium about how this character resembles her a lot.
Mm-hmm.
She's going as far as claiming that this character was pretty much based off of her. Of course, the company Riot has denied these claims and say their new champion, Seraphine, is not solely based on one person.
Mm-hmm.
That's the key word right there. Solely based on one person. I'll just give you guys a shortened version of it. If you guys want to read her entire blog post, just type up League of Legends Seraphine controversy and you'll find it. Stephanie writes about all the similarities between her and the Seraphine character. Let's start with the name. Stephanie, Seraphine. Pretty similar. Then you look at their likenesses. She shows side-by-side pictures of herself. You can see the similarities in the face shape. They're wearing the same style glasses. There's even a picture of Stephanie with pink hair and Seraphine has pink hair. She takes it even further. For those that don't know, a lot of the League of Legends characters have their own like backstory and they have their own Twitter accounts like they're real people. I guess it's like this new VTuber or virtual influencer thing they're doing. They're making you feel that these are real people. Seraphine's story is she's an artist. So she has her own art and things she draws. Some of her artwork is very similar to Stephanie's artwork. Then Seraphine has selfies with a cat. And the poses and just the framing of the picture, how it looks, they look exactly like Stephanie's actual selfies.
Wow.
A bunch of people reached out to her and even asked her, is this you? How would you feel about that?
If someone saw something canon to what I was doing enough to where they have to ask me about it, like on a video game or using my likeness for something or something in the media or something like that, I would feel like y'all owe me some money.
Strangers, by the way, too. People she didn't even know.
Damn, so if it's strangers too, and they're looking at these two pictures, like my picture versus the thing that was on the video game, yeah, definitely. They owe me some money.
Mm-hmm.
They stealing my likeness for what? You know, these companies think they slick sometimes.
Yeah, of course, she brought this up. It's been catching attention. She has a lawyer involved.
Mm-hmm.
She couldn't say too much because of that.
Mm-hmm.
The company denies it. A bunch of the League of Legends stands were like, "Oh, there's no way that's you. You know, you're full of yourself." Here's the twist. She briefly dated someone that works for that company.
Briefly?
Briefly. It was on some. She was in town, got on Tinder, met a dude, happened to work for the company. She didn't say his name. She didn't say exactly what he did.
Oh, damn.
They conversed for a couple months. They kind of had a friendship/relationship. During this relationship, he kept hinting he has influence on the upcoming KDA skins.
Mm-hmm.
When he said influence, she wasn't sure how involved he was or if this was just some pickup line that he was trying to impress her. Stephanie is a League of Legends fan. She loves that game. Anyway, she didn't care too much about it. Then it got deeper. And he's just like saying things along the lines of, what if we do a skin based on you?
He said that to her?
Yeah.
Oh, hell no.
She was not cool with the idea. She's like, no, that's okay. During their friendship/relationship, they also played League of Legends a lot together.
Uh-huh.
They would talk about these things. No one else from that company would have had those pictures unless they were on her Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
She sent those pictures directly to this dude.
So what did she send those pictures to him for?
You know, just some friendly, hey, you know, check out my cat, check this out, just some casual stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's what kind of creeped her out, how super similar they were.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen the picture. Saying super similar is being nice about it. To me, those were exact reproductions of those selfies in video game animations form.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I should also mention that they stopped talking long before this game character came out too. Like I said, she had long ended their relationship, so she didn't even know any of this was going on.
Yeah, if someone had my pictures and, you know, it came to be that they're using my likeness for something in the media, like a video game or whatever, I'd be pretty pissed, kind of creeped out, you know, to go along with the story. But let me play devil's advocate for a little bit.
Okay.
Now, from what you said, though, seemed like she sent these pictures to this dude, knowing good and damn well what he does within the industry. Told her about, you know, doing these KDA skins. They probably talked about it briefly, but I bet she wanted to take a little bit further. I bet she sent those pictures to him purposely to use as, you know, for the skins, the likeness of this character. I bet because this guy probably didn't have enough authority to, you know, actually authorize that kind of thing with the company to pay her. And because he couldn't pay her, maybe that's why she got pissed and now she's trying to throw them under the bus.
Oh, so you saying it was a setup from the jump?
I think so. Just from the little bit that you said about it, it kind of just seems like that. Because why would you? That's why I asked you. Why would she send him a picture of her holding her cat? Like, what was the relationship there? What was the purpose of that? Because I wouldn't just send somebody. Let me be real. If I'm dating somebody, especially from like Tinder or something, whatever, I ain't gonna send them a picture of me holding my cat. That's some weird shit right there. I think she sent some of those pictures purposely because of what he was doing in the industry and because of what they probably talked about, you know, using her likeness for this character. And she probably slipped it in there just like all of us would have done, you know, to kind of slip it in there so that, you know, we could get paid for it or get some kind of royalty from it. But I'm thinking because he didn't have enough control over that situation that it just took a mind of its own and just landed them where they are now in speculation.
Ah, see, that's a different angle too. It's like,
because it really depends what kind of pictures she sent him too.
yeah, those would be very specific pictures just to pull off someone's Instagram.
Oh yeah.
So you're saying there's a good chance that she did send these to him. He didn't just randomly pull them off Instagram. There's been arguments about that. I'm paraphrasing a lot of this, so don't quote exactly everything I'm saying. But even if she didn't send these pictures, for example, those still are very specific pictures to take off the Instagram. So there's a good chance that they were influenced, like, hey, maybe you should check these out.
Yeah, because it's still, I'm not knocking him as a creep, because why would you do all that still? You know, like, why would you just go through with it? based on this one girl. It could have been anybody that they could have chosen as a company, but why would you as a person just go ahead with it after you guys already stopped dating and stuff like that? Why would you keep doing it? Like, it's still creepy. Don't get me wrong. It's just, it sounds a little fishy. I
Yeah.
smell a little calamari.
In the company's defense, they did say that this guy hasn't worked for them in a while.
And that's creepy too.
During the time they talked, I guess he did work there.
Mm-hmm.
When this character was released, he's been long gone.
Mm-hmm.
That's that weird gray area. She can't say his name publicly because there's a lawsuit happening. So us in the background are just stuck in this gray area because on one end, you feel for her.
Right.
On one end, you also see what the company is saying.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go back to my opening statement. This new character is not based solely off of one person.
So it could have been her.
Yeah.
He could have left those pictures on his desk for all we know.
They're not denying that they're based off of her, but they're not only based off of her.
Right.
Someone stepped up in the company and said, no, this is based off my partner as well.
Mm-hmm.
So you're saying this girl could be an inspiration, but not the inspiration? You still owe her something then.
You still owe her something because I would feel a type of way, especially if this girl doesn't have much contact with this guy anymore. The only way she's going to get anything out of it is to make allegations. If my pictures were out there used without my permission and without me getting paid, I would do everything. I would say anything just to get a piece of what is owed to me because there's no way else that I can see her like going marching into the company and being like, hey, you guys owe me money because this character looks like me. She has to have some kind of connection with the whole thing to even make that kind of allegation. Again, like I don't know this person, I don't know her story, but if it was me, homie, I'd be watching too many of these like crime shows and all these like scandalous shows and whatever. I know what to do. Best believe I'm gonna get my pictures taken down or at least get paid for it.
We'll take it a step further. So the physical likenesses are all there.
Mm-hmm.
She wrote this little segment, some kind of like backstory thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
In her story or her little article, she wrote the origins. This person comes from both of these towns or these worlds. All you need to know is whatever she wrote about, the person comes from both towns.
Mm-hmm.
In the world of League of Legends, apparently, all their champions, all their characters come from one town or the other. Guess what? This Seraphine character comes from both the towns, just like in Stephanie's story.
Uh-huh.
She also brought up the argument that this Seraphine character took the origin story from her piece, saying they're from both towns. No other League of Legends character has that. This is the only one. That's too much of a coincidence. We'll take that even deeper. The guy took that thing that she wrote, framed it, and put it in the office. She got to tour the Riot office and saw that, and she didn't know how to feel that her original written thing was framed.
Uh-huh.
See, the plot thickens.
All right, but let me just spin that in a different way then. I can't tell you how many times I've auditioned for something out here in California where it's about a show or you're giving that person, you're pitching the idea to these people or whatever. I can't tell how many times I've done that, and then just for them to be like, okay, well, we'll get back to you. Never hear from these people ever again. But it kind of just seems like this is along those same lines. Like this girl probably with quote unquote no interest in the game or being a part of it, wrote something about League of Legends. What you said, she wrote a thing and then it ended up being framed in the office. She might have, ran that across the dude that she was dating and was talking about it. I still think it's, kind of her fault and kind of his fault at the same time. I feel like she was trying to pitch an idea again. And because he couldn't pay her for it, he just took it. I think he stole her idea.
Happens all the time. That's a whole racket here in California, in SoCal.
Yeah.
You can't trust nobody with your original ideas.
Nah.
That's why people don't be even going into these meetings about NDAs, just like you said, with these auditions, especially when they try to pitch new shows. Mm-hmm. Even to audition, you have to sign an NDA. Mm-hmm. They'll tell you about the show, and they don't want you to tell anyone else. You can't say
Yep.
anything about it, even if you don't even get hired.
Oh, yeah.
We've signed those.
And it even got better out here. A lot of those auditions that I did out here were Skype only. So anything that I said was recorded.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't trust that shit.
Yeah. You hear about that all the time, especially when you're trying to sell a show.
Yeah.
Trying to pitch an idea. Everyone knows who Steve Urkel from Family Matters is. Jaleel White. I just saw him on a podcast. He's in a lawsuit right now, or he was just in one, about a show he tried to pitch to a network. They sat him down, took his ideas, didn't buy it. A couple years later, that same network produced that same show.
Ugh.
They took his idea, cut him out of it, and did it anyway.
And I love when they tell you, oh, that's a bad idea. That's never going to fly. Oh, little do you know, they're already trying to sign that deal behind your back.
They like the idea. They just don't like you involved.
Oh, yeah.
This could easily be the same case that happened with this Stephanie girl. We don't know all the details. Good for her for going to court.
Yeah, we just know what she wanted us to know. To like, whatever the deal is, whatever she was trying to spin, that's all we know. But I'm just glad she's taking precautions with it and doing the most. Because honestly, I don't blame her for it. Because I would have done the same shit. Like, if you're not trying to pay me for my idea, especially if you're going to straight up use my likeness and my pictures from Instagram or whatever the fact, I'm just glad that she's taking the proper steps to get what she deserves from it.
To her, she doesn't care about the money. She just cares about this happening to someone else.
Yeah.
A lot of these game companies have had issues, especially issues regarding women being used and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Not going to say what companies, y'all can look that up for yourself, but there's a lot of controversy in that. She just doesn't want this happening to someone else, whether they not get paid or what's happening to her right now.
Oh, yeah.
League of Legends is one of her favorite games. She can't even look at that game anymore. She can't even play it
Jeez.
without being reminded of this, but also with all the unnecessary attention she's getting now.
Oh, yeah.
People are hitting her up. Now she's seeing raunchy, obscene fan fictions of this character, but that's spilling over to her because she's the real life version of that character. She's like, I'm not here to be someone's little porn focus.
Right. Because either way, whether he was just being a creep about her or if she was trying to get something from it, it doesn't matter. It's all wrong. It's wrong. If you're going to use someone's likeness, pay for it. And if you're not about that life, don't ask for it. So it goes both ways. Because a lot of that comes with the territory. You are going to get sexually fantasized of this character. You are going to get that a lot, especially when it comes to video games and especially when it comes to that kind of media. So don't be surprised. But if you're not about that life, don't go down that road.
Especially if the company is spinning these characters as real people.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't even know about the term virtual influencers until I read this article. Like, people are really doing that these fictional characters are pretending. I guess they're not pretending because they're fictional. I mean, they're pretending in the first place. But these companies are selling them as real people. I mean, I guess I shouldn't be so surprised because that like anime girl Miku.
That Vocaloid thing.
Yeah, the Vocaloid
that
thing.
was years ago. And that was still in its premature state. But now it's just taking a life of its own. But again, it's like, if you are looking to have your likeness and you're trying to slide that in there with these people, just know that it comes with the territory. That's going to happen no matter what. So just be ready for it if that's what you're about.
Yeah. Yeah, well, just to wrap it up, best wishes to this Stephanie girl.
Yeah.
I don't know her last name. So best wishes to you. Hope you sort this out. There's a lot of messed up things happening. And all these other video game companies, if y'all out there doing this shit, y'all wrong.
It's wrong.
Not saying that Riot Games is doing it because they've clearly denied it. But if y'all gonna do this to someone, at least let them know so y'all can work out a deal.
Or at least do some goddamn background checks on these people that you have working for you, because you don't know, like, this person that you took under your wing, little did you know that he was a creep on the low, and you can find that out easily by just mannerisms alone. So just do your research.
And big game companies like that, y'all got the bank, y'all can pay for this.
Oh yeah.
This skin sells for $25. They're gonna make millions off of this.
Oh yeah. And League of Legends is very popular to this day.
off this one skin alone, y'all can probably break this girl five to 20,000. It ain't gonna hurt your sales one bit.
Exactly.
5 to 20,000 out of a million, y'all ain't hurting.
It might
Y'all
not-
can do that.
It might not have been intentional, but it's already there. You might as well pay the girl. You know what you did.
I know.
You know what you did.
Just give her some hush money at the very least. It's the least you are.
Exactly.
Because at the end of the day, if y'all stole the idea or not, y'all still affecting this girl.
It is what it is. And she did date one of your employees, so you don't know what happened. You will never know what happened. So just make it all better.
Hush money is way cheaper than lawsuit money.
Oh yeah.
A court like this, lawyers ain't gonna even go into court for less than 50 grand a piece.
Nah.
Y'all could just give her that court money.
Exactly. Just let this be over, please.
Yeah. All right, moving on from video game characters, let's move to video game voices.
Oh God.
Up next on the chopping block, we got Quentin Flynn, better known as the voice of Axel from Kingdom Hearts or Raiden from the Metal Gear Solid series.
Another voice actor?
Yep.
Come on. You're just a voice. Why are y'all getting into so much trouble?
How can a voice get into so much scandals?
You're just a voice. You're not a person.
I'm sorry.
Come on.
You're just a voice.
In the words of Toy Story, you're a toy.
Pretty much. No disrespect to my voice actors out there, but it's just funny to hear a voice of a character getting in trouble.
Y'all is just one after another, just getting on everyone's naughty list.
Voice actors have been on the chopping block lately. These last 2 years, voice actors have been getting roasted.
Y'all doing some damage out there.
Right?
Control yourself.
Right? Oh my
Jesus.
God. This controversy came to light all thanks to one Twitter profile. Beware Q Flynn.
Oh, jeez.
Yep, they were very specific. Not nasty voice actors. It was a profile made just for this man. Someone has done their research because they was ready to destroy this guy.
Damn.
Long story short, Quinn has a very close relationship with his fans.
Mm-hmm.
He opens up his DMs to them and he talks to his fans on a regular basis, from what I understand.
That's trouble right there.
Mm-hmm. Of course, this has led to people being able to expose him. He's been very inappropriate with a lot of his fans. Let me just read off some of the exact quotes from this Twitter profile. I hope you will take video for me of you playing with your pussy. God, I would love that. He sent that to a girl through WhatsApp.
What?
He sent another fan this. I still want more videos of you effing yourself. And he actually said the F word. That fan was surprised that this voice actor was even contacting him and saying that.
What?
But there's a whole audio recording of him. Let me see if I can find the captions.
Oh my God.
One of the audio clips said this. It says you're active now. And I was actively looking at your videos, thinking of you on top of me, alone in my room, pleasing myself and looking at what you wrote, wanting more.
Okay.
Those are just some of the highlights. According to the sources I read, he just continues to be inappropriate, asking his fans for sexual favors. According to articles I read and this Twitter, he continues to sexually harass his fans, asking for lewd or just flat out sexual pictures. He goes as far as asking for sexual favors. He wants to make physical contact with people whenever they can meet up.
Oh, wow.
The most damaging thing about a lot of this is, just like a lot of these voice actors, he has a very young audience that has grown up with him. We all know Kingdom Hearts has taken forever to go from part 1 to part 3. Mm-hmm. You could have started Kingdom Hearts when you were a 5th grader and you a grown-ass adult now.
Yeah, I remember Kingdom Hearts from way back in the day.
Mm-hmm. Just based on Kingdom Hearts alone, his fan base has been with him for a long time.
Oh, Jesus.
Started really young. Some of them are still young. Just like a lot of these voice actors that have gotten in trouble, it's kind of predatory how they're acting towards their fans. But this one is just blatantly right there. There's no
Right.
question. There was another popular voice actor that has voiced a lot of your favorite animes, including the latest Dragon Ball Z movie. I'm not going to say his name, but he's kind of a dick. Mangina. Anyways, his was kind of iffy. People were just like, well, he just loves his fans. He's taking close pictures with them. He just really loves them. That's one thing. But this,
This is straight up. This is straight up. Hey, call the cops. I'm being a predator. Hey, look at me.
yeah, it's all right there.
Oh my god.
They got his voice. They got his tweets. They got his WhatsApps. You can deny maybe one or two of those, but you're across every platform.
He might as well just bring his own handcuffs and be like, yo, I'm already set up. Just take me to jail.
Yeah, and these are, mind you,
God.
the scary thing is these are the people that said no. These are the people that were like, don't, stop.
Because I'm sure most of these kids, especially, are just happy that they're talking back to these people, that they're talking back to them. So, take something innocent and turn it into something raunchy and bad and ugh.
Think about all the people that were just excited and were just willing to be used.
Right.
You don't know how old or young these people were.
R. Kelly.
It's scary to think a lot of these people that you just idolize are these creeps.
Oh, yeah. And unfortunately, they do get away with a lot of it just because they're this celebrity that everyone adores and they, contributed so much to the things that people love and have consumed over the years.
And some people just don't care. They don't care if it's inappropriate.
Oh, no. Yeah, I even remember like back on the height of the R. Kelly cases and stuff, like there were girls who were still saying, damn, if R. Kelly came my way when I was 15, I would have said, hell yeah, I would have been all over that. Girl. And some of these people unfortunately don't have any self-respect or just don't know any better. And they'll just take someone who they think is trustworthy and respected and just go along with them blindly.
Celebrity groupie love is so real.
It is.
They don't care. All they see is that's the person they've been idolizing, that's their celebrity, and this is their chance.
And it breaks my heart when the parents will even go along with it because they don't want to lose their kid altogether. They're just like, yeah, I let so and so go and be with R. Kelly because, I'm not a parent, but like, that's outrageous. I would never want my kid to, I would rather my kid hate me rather than them go off with someone like R. Kelly or somebody who's a known pedophile. Like, that's just crazy to me.
I guess it's hard for me to understand because I've never been a big fan of a voice actor per se. I think the very first person that I was just like a fan of that does voice acting is Dante Bosco. I loved Avatar. I loved Zuko's character, but why I became a fan of Dante Bosco is because he's also an actor. He's also a person of color. He's a jungle Asian, just like me. So I look up to that.
I think the appeal about voice actors is that a lot of these characters that people fangirl or fanboy over are cartoons or anime. And you can't meet that cartoon or anime character in real life.
True.
So that's why people want to put a face to a character, like a real face to a character.
That's true.
Because they can't go out and meet, I don't know, Ichigo from Bleach or Naruto or, just they can't meet those characters in real life. So when they have a piece of that character, even if it's just the voice actor, like I get more excited to see the artist who drew the character rather than the person who voiced the character. But that's just me. But just imagine being those people who are like, they fanboy and fangirl over like pop stars and stuff like that. But
Yeah,
the
that's
one
true.
thing they can't fanboy or fangirl over is a character. So
Yeah, that's true. I've seen the debate where someone's just like, well, just because the voice actor's a piece of trash, that doesn't mean you have to hate the character. But I saw one of my friends say, that's true, but when I think of this character, I hear this voice.
yeah,
This person brought this character to life for me.
yeah.
It's not like reading a manga only or reading a book only. She's like, I fell in love with this character because I was such a big Kingdom Hearts fan. I played the game, and this is the only voice I know.
Right.
That I get. That's way different than picking up a novel, like the Lord of the Rings books. Say you never watched the movies or they never made the movie. You don't know what Frodo and gang sound like. So you're cool with just reading it. If you play the video game, yeah, and you only hear that voice.
Yeah.
It's just like, the Batman Arkham games? They have the same person playing Joker, the same voice that was in the animated series. Because that's Joker. I can't hear Joker as anybody else.
Right.
Same with Optimus Prime. The same voice from the cartoon is the same voice from the Transformers movies. The cartoon came out in the 80s, and he's still in the movies. God, if they had someone else do Optimus Prime, I'd lose my mind.
He had like a Irish accent out of nowhere.
He's Irish, or they had Chris Tucker be Optimus Prime. Damn, man, we in Cybertron. Autobots roll out, man. Like, it don't work that way.
Nah, so I get the whole, like, you having a crush on that, but, like, come on. These people are taking it way too far. Yeah. Come on. Like, these people have been watching you since they was in diapers, and you over here taking advantage of them. Shame on you. Seriously, shame on y'all out there who just, like, that just irks me so much. It just irks me.
So, yeah, I feel bad for all my Kingdom Hearts fans out there. Sorry, one of your idols is now a creep and is on the shit list. At least you know now, right?
I'm making fun of it because at this point, it's just ridiculous. Like, why?
Oh, yeah.
Why?
I didn't know voice actors was getting it like that.
Oh, God.
I didn't know voice actors was getting groupie love like that.
You should know how many cons you've been to over the years.
That's true, but I never go see the voice actors.
But you see the lines for them, though.
I do. That is true. All right, let's move on. We go from voice acting creep to cosplay creep. The cosplay creep of the week. That's so sad that we even have to say creep of the week. There's always someone new popping up way too often. This creep goes by the name of Raisin Brando.
Oh, jeez.
Or maybe it's Raisin. Raizen Brando. Either way,
Raisin?
I don't know. I try to give him the benefit of the doubt that he chose to be Raisin. Even though, why would you want to go with the name Raisin? Because as you saw in our very, very, very first podcast, photographer, creep, statutory rapist, pedophile, Raisin Zai, his name was Raisin. So Raisin Brando, maybe you need a new name. Maybe you're better off being Raisin. Anyways, he has popped up on the social medias. He is a copy-paste sexual harasser. And why I say copy-paste? Because he literally copy-pastes the same things to all the girls he reaches out to.
Wow.
According to the sources I saw and the screenshots, it goes a little something like this. He would be like, "Hey, Shana, how are you doing? I want to ask you a question." You being polite, you would respond with the general, "Hey, what's up? What's going on?" Raisin would respond, "Where do you live? I would love to take you out on a date. I live in the Chicago area," or wherever he lives. Shana responds, "I live in California, and plus I'm in a committed relationship." He responds, "Oh, that's cool. Well, thank you for being honest and letting me know." She responds, "Yeah, no problem. I like being transparent. Nice cosplays on your page, by the way." He responds, "Thank you so much for noticing my cosplays. I appreciate a woman with great taste." A couple days later, he hits her up again. "So I know you live a couple states away. I would love to get to know you. I think you're very sexy." She responds, "Dude, I just turned you down a couple days ago. I'm in a relationship. Please leave me alone." "I know you're in a relationship, but I would love to get to know you and take it further."
Heard that one before.
She responds again, "Dude, leave me alone. I already turned you down twice." Couple days go by. Messages her again. "Hey, I noticed you're on OnlyFans. I would love to help you make content in and out of cosplay. I think it would be hot. I could be a real asset to your work." She responds one last time, "Dude, how many freaking times do I have to turn you down? I already told you I'm not interested. I don't even live in the state you live in, and I'm in a committed relationship. Leave me alone." These are screenshots, by the way. These aren't hypotheticals I made up. These were screenshots I read, and he pretty much said that. Not to Shana, but just to somebody else. Soon after the first girl exposed him, Other girls stepped up and was like, dude, he hit me up too. Other girls that were in her friend group and not complete strangers were like, that same dude hit you up too? This dude just hits up girls from wherever. I believe he's based out the Midwest. I forgot the state, but he's just hitting up girls in New York, Florida, Ohio, Kansas. He doesn't even care where. There's no place like home. He's just reaching out to everyone, hitting up with the same shit. Like, he just doesn't get it. And he just keeps pushing more and more. These girls turn him down, and he's still, oh, that's cool. I would sure love to have sex with you one day.
Why you go from, oh my, anyways,
that's the creep of the week.
Oh, jeez. I wonder if there's actually something wrong with him. I mean, loneliness could be what's wrong with him.
Yeah, there could be something wrong with him. I don't know. I haven't dug much deeper than just reading the screenshots that everyone has shared of their own incidences. He doesn't respond with anything else except, well, that's cool. Do you still want to go out with me?
You could literally say, I'm laying in the hospital dying. Oh, yeah, that's cool. You want to go on a date with me?
Pretty much.
Did I just not tell you?
That's why I called him the copy-paste creep. It doesn't matter what you say. He has an automated response. I'm going to say this next, regardless of what she says.
So you said this person's a cosplayer. Does he have any kind of, like, following?
I don't think so. The screenshots were just of his regular page.
I don't get why he's doing these things. Like, maybe he's just one of those people who will not take no for an answer, and, like, they kind of just take if there's a will, there's a way a little bit too seriously.
Oh, yeah. Some people have taken as long as I'm confident, people will say yes to me. So he just keeps going with it. He's just ignoring all the negatives. He's ignoring people calling him a creep, saying no. And he's just like, I'm just going to keep going. I'm just going to keep asking. People tell me all the time, just be yourself, be confident, and you'll get the girl. They said be confident, not be creepy, my dude.
And don't be weird. Like that. It just comes down to the fact where it's just like, do you have anything else to say? Like, at some point, you have to ask yourself, like, am I talking to an automated message?
That's what it looked like. No matter what these girls said, he had the same response. It may have changed a couple words between each girls, but it was pretty much copy-paste.
Man, these telemarketers are getting crafty.
Right? Damn you telemarketers from overseas.
They're in our DMs now, scooping on the text message. Like, they're just in your DMs.
That's Kardashian level marketing right there.
Oh, God.
They get in your DMs and you don't even know how.
How do you know my name? How do you know not even my government name? I don't have my government name on social media.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Anyways, that's the creep of the week. Though that would be a good segment to have, I just don't want to know that there's a new creep every week.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure there is. If we dig deep enough amongst all our social networks, amongst all the friends we know across this country, someone's got a creep story.
As many episodes and seasons as there of Catfish, they're still going on again for a new season. There's always going to be content for those people because there's always going to be people out there doing crazy shit.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the same thing with us. Like, as long as y'all are out there being crazy, we will keep talking about it, and we will always have something to talk about no matter what.
Yeah. And again, it's like, it's a pandemic. You had nothing else to do but to be creepy and just expose yourself.
Because, like, how are you going to meet these people in real life? Like, if someone said, like, okay, cool, let's meet up, where are you going to meet up at? And the tent outside of Denny's?
Mm-hmm.
Seriously.
Speaking of shitty people in the cosplay community, I got another one.
Oh, God.
This comes from my BFF, my homegirl, Neko Yasha. She briefly had posted something about this cosplayer, this entitled little bitch that refused to pay her photographer the $70 he asked for their photo shoot. Mm-hmm. This was a shoot that happened during the pandemic. To my understanding, he traveled quite a ways to meet up with her for this shoot. Mm-hmm. He showed her the pictures after he edited them, and she didn't like them. She claimed that the pictures weren't edited, and she just wasn't happy. Mm-hmm. She refused to pay him. He was willing to show her the pictures before they're edited and after they're edited. And after he said that, she just left them on red.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't sit right with me. You hired this dude. It was your job to do the research to see what work he did, first off.
Right.
Y'all agreed on this price. Sorry, but if you like the end result or not, you still owe the man.
Oh, yeah.
You saw his work. You saw what he was capable of.
I can speak from being a model in the past. There's always a chance where the photography was great. It's just I didn't like myself in these pictures. Maybe I didn't play my part in the whole thing. And the pictures turned out crazy because I don't look right in the pictures. So that could have been what her, gripe was about.
Yep. And that's always my concern when I do paid photography. Let's be honest. Some people aren't photogenic.
Right.
It takes a really amazing photographer to pull it out of people. Sometimes I'll look at everyone else's pictures of you and I don't know if I can pull it out of you.
Right.
And that concerns me. I'm up for the challenge, but it's reasons like this that make it hard for some photographers to take people on as a client.
Right.
Bring it back to this incident. It's a pandemic. This person is trying to make a living through their photography, obviously, that they're willing to risk their health and even traveled over an hour to meet up with you to do this shoot. Now you're not going to even pay him for whatever reason. That's messed up. If you went to a photography studio or you hired a professional photographer, you're not going to get away with that.
Right.
As my friend Nekoyasha stated, look up what a wedding photographer costs. Look at what a professional photographer costs. You're getting a deal at $70.
Oh, yeah.
Professional photographers charging their full rates, they would never travel over an hour to come see you for less than a couple $100.
That's what pisses me off the most. Is like a lot of these cosplayers don't know what kind of deal they're getting from these photographers. A lot of these professional photographers might only give you like a couple of pictures that they like, and then the rest is just whatever. But then like these cosplay photographers will charge you like $50 and you get like all the pictures back. These professional ones, they don't always do that. You'll like pay them like hundreds of dollars or whatever, and they'll like not even give you all the pictures at all. And sometimes won't even edit them because that's not what you paid for.
Yes, that's a great point. Editing is extra. You only get the pictures that they deemed was their best work. You will never see the rest of that photo reel.
Nah. Because it makes them look bad.
Yeah, they don't want you to post a picture that they don't think represents them at their best. So cosplay photographers give you such a steal. Speaking on my own experience, I even emphasize the fact that I will give someone their entire reel if they want it. I'm not going to edit all of them. I'll edit the ones I like, and you can have the rest. But even that takes a lot of work. I can be honest, all the shoots I've done have not been worth my money.
Right.
I could go to my regular day job and make more money than I did on the shoots because you go to the shoot, you spend that block of time, but then you spend an undefined time editing pictures. Editing, if people charge for that, nobody could afford it.
Exactly.
So this girl just refuses to pay. Just so we don't go on this topic for too long, I just want to say this. Cosplay photographers give you an amazing deal. If you can't afford to pay them their rates, don't waste their time.
Exactly.
So many cosplayers are so entitled. Going to a con and having a random person snap your picture is not the same as reaching out to a photographer to meet you in some remote location. That takes time, gas money, figuring out if they can even shoot there. Location shoots take a lot of production. It's the photographer's job to make sure the shoot can even happen. $70 for a location shoot, that's way cheap. Especially if they had to drive an hour or more to be there. Check your privilege, boo-boo.
Exactly.
If you can't afford it, take a selfie, call it a day, and shut the hell up.
And I bet this person, the same person complaining about this photographer, is the same person who probably does not have a single good picture of themselves
Exactly.
on their profile, and that photographer probably went on the limb for this person in the first place. So count your blessings. Just to the girl, count your blessings.
Yeah. Cosplay photographers and videographers are some of the most underappreciated people in the community. Without them, this scene wouldn't have blown up the way it has. An amazing photographer can make the shittiest quality cosplay look top-notch. So don't abuse the people helping you look amazing.
Exactly.
I've been on both sides of the camera. I've done photography for people, and I've been in pictures. I understand how important a good picture is. A good photographer can make you look amazing. Real quick before I move on, shout out to my girl Neko Yasha and the Blurred View podcast. Make sure you check them out. Without her spilling this tea on her Facebook, I wouldn't have had this story to share with y'all. So shout out to Neko Yasha and check out her on the Blurred View. On to our final story. Yeah, we've talked a lot of negative stuff. Let's end it on a positive note. Let's talk about Megan Thee Stallion as Melina from Mortal Kombat 11 Ultimate. For those that don't know, Megan Thee Stallion is this amazing new rapper that's killing the game.
Oh, yeah.
She out-rapping all the dudes out there right now. She's showing the world that this beautiful black woman can kill it on the mic, on the runway, in the video. She's amazing.
AKA my waifu, my queen for life. Oh, the stallion for real.
She's so bad in so many ways.
She's a nerd. She is a nerd. She loves cosplay. She loves anime. She is my ultimate dream.
Yes, and a lot of people sleep on that too.
Oh, yeah.
Ever since she revealed she's into anime and stuff like that, people just been calling her a fake nerd. But when you look at how old she is, she's in her mid-20s. She's still going to college. Note that for a fact. She is a platinum-selling artist. She's a millionaire, but she's still going to college to finish her business medical degree. I forgot exactly what degree she's getting, but it's something about like medical and management. She don't need to do that. She's already a millionaire.
And she's more of a nerd than some of y'all out there claiming to be anime nerds and whatever nerds out there. She actually watches these animes, just so you know. I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you up and down right now. Y'all know who you are. She more of a nerd than you.
Ooh, fake nerd call out. But anyways, before we throw too much shade, I just want to congratulate Megan Thee Stallion, though she don't know me and I don't know her, but she did an endorsement deal with NetherRealm, and she was on one of the latest promotions for the Melina character.
Yes, she was.
Melina is an OG Mortal Kombat character. Her DLC is coming out. That's the final one for the Mortal Kombat 11 series. She rounds off the roster of characters. They did a promotional video with Megan Thee Stallion as Melina. That was a big move on NetherRealm to embrace not only hip-hop, but this beautiful, thick woman. Melina in the game is not this thick woman.
Oh, no.
That's why I gave it up to Mortal Kombat so hard, that they got this full-figured 5'10" thick black woman.
They don't call her the stallion for no reason. Yes.
Big booty rapping ass girl. Oh my God. I sorry. I can go on for days how much I love Megan Thee Stallion. Y'all know I love hip hop. Y'all know I love rap. If I could have sex with her lyrics, I would. She goes that hard. I would marry her words.
Hey, excuse me. She my waifu. Okay, you gotta ask it to me. Okay.
Maybe we can go to some swinger parties. But that's only part of the amazing sauce. This promo, her costume and her prosthetics were made by two cosplayers we've had the fortunate pleasure of meeting here in California. The costume that Megan Thee Stallion wore on that promo commercial was made by Alicia Marie Body.
Mm-hmm.
If y'all don't know her, she's been a fitness person for a minute. She's also an influencer within the nerd cosplay world. I'm sure y'all have seen her pictures somewhere. She's had a viral Storm cosplay. She's had viral Mortal Kombat cosplay. She works very close with NetherRealm. She's had a viral Predator cosplay. Like, the list goes on. If you've ever seen a picture of a super fit woman cosplaying Storm from X-Men, that's her. That's the picture everyone has seen. She made the costume.
This should be major inspiration to a lot of you cosplayers out there. She is an amazing cosplayer herself, but not only that, she works with an amazing gaming company, NetherRealm, and plus she made this cosplay for a celebrity. This girl is killing it, and she a true nerd.
Just her being handed the responsibility of dressing up Megan Thee Stallion, the hottest rapper in the game right now, that's a lot of pressure, and that's such an honor and responsibility on her end. They could have went to anybody. They could have went to any other seamstress, but they went to her.
Oh, yeah.
Alicia herself has been the official cosplayer for a lot of their characters. That just shines a positive light that there is a future in cosplay. A lot of y'all used to talk shit like, oh, you're never going to make money in cosplay. Nah, y'all just ain't meeting the right people.
You're not meeting the right people, and you're not doing it the right ways. You're just copy-pasting. Like, sorry to say, but like a lot of you are just copy and pasting a lot of what has been shown that has been like tried and true, or that has been already done already. But like Alicia Marie is like this goddess, like she's this fitness goddess, and she just works with the right people, and her herself just kills it every time.
It just shows that someone that's a true hustler and knows how to work hard, she made a name for herself as a fitness person. She jumped over to the nerd realm, made a name for herself again. Let's be honest. There's a lot of fit and sexy cosplayers out there, but a lot of them don't have any credits to their name.
Oh, yeah.
Hot and fit cosplayers these days come a dime a dozen, but none of them are sticking out. For her to be able to stick out as she has and climb the ranks and build these relationships to where she could do this, that's amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Also, shout out to Kelton FX, a special effects makeup person here in Los Angeles. He made the prosthetics for Melina's mouth crazy teeth. Kelton does amazing work. He's done a lot of things for Blizzard and some, like a lot of big companies. You can look up his credits. They go on for a long time. Once again, it's showing that these people that are in the cosplay world making professional careers from what they're doing. Every time I see stuff like that, that's real inspiration. I don't care if someone gets 1,000 likes on a picture. When I see someone doing real business with a company like NetherRealm or a celebrity like Megan Thee Stallion, that's inspiration. And then when you look at these people and look at their work, it's real. It's not this fake Instagram fluff. It's not this cosplay flex where people are like, oh my God, so-and-so that knows so-and-so that knows so-and-so kind of liked my picture, but they didn't really like it, but they liked it. So, hey, I'm famous now.
Exactly.
No, this shit is real. They got real credits to the name, and I got nothing but respect for that. It gives me hope. I hope it gives a lot of y'all hope that this nerd world can lead to a career. You just got to be willing to work for it. So with that said, thank you so much for tuning into this episode of the Shinobi Squad Podcast. I know some of you guys can't catch us live during the weekly premiere, or watching it on YouTube doesn't always work out for you because unfortunately on YouTube, you got to leave it open. Well, you're in luck. You can catch this podcast on all the major streaming platforms. It's available on iHeartRadio, iTunes, Pandora, Spotify, wherever you stream music, our podcast is available. You can find this podcast anywhere. Just look up Shinobi Squad Podcast. You can download it to listen to it later if you don't want to waste your data or whatever the case may be. But we're everywhere. Catch us every week, somewhere. And one last quick note, as always, make sure you follow us on the social media. We have also started a very important GoFundMe campaign. Make sure you check out the links below. Appreciate your time. Appreciate you joining us. I'm Fanservice Renji.
I'm Shana Mostella. Hit me up on OnlyFans. Follow me. You know,
Shameless
doing my thing. I be
self-promotion.
doing my thing on there. We starting the holiday theme, so be sure to follow me.
All the links below. We'll see you guys next week.
Bye.